Welcome back into Fox 35 News Plus. I'm Garrett Wymer, and thanks for joining us on this Friday morning live on Fox Local and on YouTube. Continuing to follow up on the tragedy in Tallahassee, 2 people killed, 6 injured in that mass shooting on the campus of Florida State University yesterday. Joining us live now via Zoom is Fox 35's Marie Edinger, who has been on campus since yesterday afternoon. Now on their way back. But Marie, we appreciate you joining us this morning here on Fox 35 News Plus.
Yeah, of course. Garrett, we did get an update about the 6 people who were in the hospital. So in total, as you said, there were 9 people involved in the shooting altogether and who were hurt, 2 people killed. The shooter is not involved in all this, or he was hit by police, but he's not involved in the total count of 6 who were brought to the hospital. The Tallahassee Memorial Hospital did give us an update saying that 2 of the patients are going to be released today. They also said that 3 have improved in their condition, so they're now listed as being in good condition, and 1 of them is still listed in fair condition. So that is at least some good news for the people headed home and for the people improving today. Now, as for the feeling on campus, people are still processing. We saw a bunch of people head to a memorial that's just outside um, the student union where the shooting happened. So this is kind of on the back side. There's a smaller memorial towards the front. But the video you're seeing there, that's something we took a couple of hours ago. Even since then, it's maybe doubled in size. As the sun came up, there were just hundreds, honestly, hundreds of students who went to pay their respects, and they left flowers, they left teddy bears, some left notes. Some just went and said a few words or shed a few tears over the memorial there. But I did actually get to talk with several students about how they were feeling. And one girl was talking about how at this point she wants to take action. It's not just about feeling sad or feeling scared. For her, she does want to see some change. So we do have a clip of the conversation I had with her earlier today, if we're able to roll that.
That's all I can really explain. You never want to think that the place that you call home would have this happen. I mean, it's heartbreaking, it's scary. You know, it's like a piece of the innocence of the school has been taken away from us. So it's just like, with all this going on, and it's just hard to think about and trying to continue forward as a school and together as a community.
What made you want to come out this morning?
I wanted to pay my respects to see and everything, you know, like I go here, this is my place. So it's just, I wanted to see, you know, we lost 2 people, and even if they weren't students, they were still people near and dear to the Florida State community. So it's just coming here to pay my respects and honestly just seeing the sense of community around here too, and seeing how everyone can come together in this time.
And then speaking of that community, what's it like for you seeing the memorial that's already been set up?
It's really emotional, I won't lie. Like you don't really realize it. Like you see pictures, you know, you see it posted everywhere, but then when you come here and like you see everyone here standing here, and all the flowers, it's just like, it's really profound at how huge this has affected the school. So
We've been talking this morning and last night about how students like go through drills, they prepare for the potential for an active shooter. It's so different actually living it.
truly, yeah. You never really know how you're gonna react in that situation. You know, you can think like, I would help or I would scream, or you just never truly know. So, you know, having these drills, I feel like prior to like what everyone has gone through in high school, being here now, you kind of have an understanding, but with, you know, no locks on the doors and so much that could have helped prevent could have been taken. But I just like huge thank you to the FSU PD and everyone involved, because with how severe the situation was, and you know, with everything that still happened, it could have been a lot worse too.
So is that something you would want to see as locks on the doors?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've been posting petitions, you know, about getting locks on the new doors and everything, because, you know, a lot of my friends were in classrooms without locks, and it's scary to think about that. The only thing barricading them between a gun and a door is some chairs. So it would be really nice to see that change.
So I want to talk about a couple of things that she brought up there. She was not the only one who talked to me about those petitions to get locks on the doors. A couple of people brought that up. So some people said they were in classrooms. Another girl I talked with said she was in a bathroom. That's where she went to hide when all this happened. And she was saying that didn't lock either. And so there were classrooms where you could maybe push some furniture in front of the door to try to barricade it. But for the bathroom, I mean, what are you supposed to use? How do you feel safe? And then the other thing she brought up were the drills. We chatted about that some. Some people I talked with said yes, they did do the active shooter drills in high school, or at least that was the most recent time they did them. But for one, the students I was talking with about this in particular said they're juniors now, so they haven't done those drills in a few years. And when they did, that setup was for a high school or for a grade school. And being on a college campus is a completely different setup, a completely different environment. So one of the things they train you for is to lock the doors. And if you can't do that, that's one thing. Also, there's so much more open space between where you have to run, where you have to try to get to in order to reach a safe location or somewhere where you even could barricade yourself inside. So they said they'd like some more communication about having safe zones, or if there's a particular area that students should run to. If you're here, should you go here? Should you run at all? So they just said that those active shooter drills are no longer applicable for the environment they're in now, and they want locks on doors. Garrett?
Interesting to see what happens moving forward with that. I'm curious, Marie, because I know when you first got there yesterday, the full kind of scale and extent of this wasn't really known, and now I would imagine as you're have left the campus the morning after, things have started to kind of settle in, and the what happened, I would imagine, starting to actually hit many of these people on campus. And I'm just curious about how what the atmosphere is like there this morning, as you mentioned, the large number of students who have been gathering at that makeshift memorial.
So it's interesting you bring that up, because a few students I talked with today said that actually the memorial is what solidified it for them, that throughout the night, even though they knew what happened, even though a lot of them were there, it still hadn't sunk in, and they just didn't know how to feel or how to process. It's such a complicated thing. I mean, are you scared? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you all of these things? Some people said they were at this point a little bit happy that they had everyone coming together, and they had their other students there who they could relate to, and that kind of uplifted them. So it's this huge complex thing that they're trying to digest. And several people said it didn't feel real yet until they reached the memorial and saw how many people are feeling that same way, or how many people are in that same boat. Another thing I was chatting with one student about was this feeling of, how do you move forward? How do you feel happy? You start to maybe catch yourself laughing with a friend, and then you feel bad because it's a somber, sad time. Hopefully having everyone together at this memorial could help with that feeling as well. And there is also a vigil tonight at 5 p.m. That's at the campus green by the football stadium. We did go by there earlier. It's this gigantic cleared out space with a massive statue, so that people know where to meet up, and that there's plenty of room for anyone who might want to go and pay their respects at that vigil tonight.
And it's certainly appropriate for it to be in front of that statue with the name of Unconquered, because that's the spirit that we know we're going to see from many of these students as they navigate what is certainly a tough time, certainly a lot to navigate in the days and weeks and months moving forward. But we're seeing that strength of many of them on campus already. Fox 35's Marie Edinger, we appreciate you joining us, and safe travels.
Thanks so much. Anytime.